We're here today because carbon tax Carney must come clean with Canadians about potential conflicts of interest and all of his business dealings. We're in a very interesting and troubling place for Canadians, with carbon tax Carney having been a senior advisor appointed by Justin Trudeau to advise him, but done in such a way to shield him from all of the standard and customary accountability. Justin Trudeau gave Mark Carney all of the power and none of the accountability that comes with it. You look at some of the positions that we know carbon tax Carney held at the same time, some of the decisions the Trudeau Liberals took. For example, the Trudeau Liberals changed mortgage rules in such a way that would benefit the bottom lines, pad the pockets of mortgage companies, private mortgage insurers, like the one owned by the company Mr. Carney represents at the same time he was sitting in the Prime Minister's office. While Mr. Carney was chairman of the board at Stripe, Stripe was shielded from the government while they were gouging Canadians. This is the same problem we have with Brookfield trying to enter into a pension scheme with the Canadian government worth $10 billion to Canadians, while Mark Carney was sitting in the Prime Minister's office. The customary and normal accountability practices have been completely disregarded by Mark Carney. Now, he has claimed that he will make disclosures should he be successful in an election. But what that means is he could get through the Liberal leadership and through a general election, and it would be an additional 4 months before those disclosures were completed. All the while being able to potentially make decisions that would further enrich himself and call into question the normal practices that prime ministers and party leaders are expected to follow. And while he says that he will make these disclosures later, we know that he can't be trusted. Take, for example, this past weekend, where carbon tax Carney says in French, while in Quebec, that an east-west pipeline would never be completed. But a week ago, speaking in English, while in British Columbia, he said that he would use emergency powers to push through significant projects of a national interest, like pipelines. Or take his position on the carbon tax. This is a policy that he's championed and pushed, and said that the government, the Trudeau Liberals, had not gone far enough with their carbon tax. A carbon tax on everything that raised the price of gas, groceries, and home heating, driving business out of Canada. Well, he first said that he would cancel the carbon tax, but then reversed himself and said he would bring in a bigger carbon tax, a shadow carbon price, he called it, admitting that it will raise the price on things like steel. Now, he's talking about raising the price on steel at the same time that the US president is talking about tariffing Canadian steel. Now, the impact of both the Carney-Trudeau Liberal tax on steel that he's proposing and the US president's tariff on steel would be devastating for Canadian workers and devastating for Canadian consumers, all at a time while Canadians are struggling to get by after 9 years of the Carney-Trudeau Liberals. And I'll say one more thing. Carbon tax Carney is looking to lead the Liberal Party of Canada. This is a party that's been led by Justin Trudeau and a group of ministers who are known serial ethical lawbreakers. These Liberal cabinet ministers, who Mark Carney is going to put in his cabinet, have been found to have broken the very law that Mark Carney says he's going to follow. Canadians can't believe what Mark Carney has said. They can't trust him. He's just like Justin.